Welcome to QIMA's Supply Chain Soundbites. Okay, let's dive in. We're looking at a really crucial update for anyone selling toys on Amazon today. It's called the Direct Validation Program, or DV program. Big changes.
Huge changes. This
Yeah.
is mandatory now across the U.S., Canada, and Europe if you're selling toys.
And it completely flips the script on compliance, right?
It really does. The
Yeah.
core of it is this. You, the seller, can't upload your own safety documents anymore.
Wait, not at all.
Nope. Testing labs, the certified ones, have to do the testing and then submit those results directly to Amazon.
Wow, okay, so you're kind of cut out of that loop.
Exactly. Amazon's driving this really to bolster consumer safety. Make sure the toys are compliant, tested, safe.
Makes sense from their perspective, but for the seller.
For you, it means you lose that direct control over documentation. It's a shift, definitely a potential, hurdle.
So our goal here is to unpack what this means day to day. How do you adapt?
Right. And how do you work with an approved lab? Because you have to now. We should mention QIMA here. They're an example of a lab approved by Amazon, and they handled both this new DV program and the older Fast Track or FT program.
Okay, good point. So let's talk risk. Before, maybe you had your certificate, you uploaded it, done. Now.
Now, if that approved lab doesn't test your product according to the standards and doesn't submit that data correctly,
Your product could get delisted, just like that.
Like that, delisted. So the stakes are pretty high. It forces everyone, every toy seller, into mandatory rigorous testing.
It sounds like more complexity, maybe more cost, especially if you were handling paperwork yourself before.
It does shift the burden. You're moving from managing documents to managing a partnership with a lab. Failure isn't really an option because delisting is, well, it's severe.
So you need to get ahead of it, find a lab early.
Absolutely. Non-negotiable, really.
And we know it's US, Canada, Europe. What specific safety standards are we talking about? What do these labs actually test for?
It's pretty comprehensive. They're covering the major hazards: physical, chemical, mechanical, flammability, all the critical stuff.
So that means things like ASTM.
Exactly. ASTM F963 for the U.S. market. Then you've got EN71 for the EU that covers mechanical properties, safety tests.
And CPSIA, too.
Yep, CPSIA requirements in the U.S. and also the Canadian SOR 2011-17 regulations. A lab like QIMA needs that specific, localized knowledge for all regions.
Okay, so the lab needs broad expertise. But taking the upload process away from the seller, my immediate thought is speed. Does this slow down getting products to market?
It could, if not managed well, but working with an experienced partner can actually streamline it.
How so?
Well, take QIMA as the example again. They manage the whole process, getting the sample, doing the tests, and crucially, submitting directly to Amazon.
Right, so no chance of me uploading the wrong PDF or getting the format rejected.
Precisely. It cuts out that whole layer of potential admin error and delay.
So that's a definite plus.
And there's another potential speed boost. It's what they call the Fast Track advantage. If you previously used Amazon's Fast Track program for compliance, and QIMA was involved, they can often leverage that existing data, those documents they already have access to, for the new DV submission.
Ah, so it shortcuts the process if you've already done some groundwork with them.
It can, yeah. Cuts down validation time. Plus, good partners offer visibility, like an online dashboard. You can track your testing orders, see the progress, make sure you hit deadlines.
Okay, that visibility sounds key for managing inventory and launch dates.
Totally. Gives you back some control, or at least oversight.
All right, let's try to wrap this up. Key takeaway from this deep dive seems to be this direct validation program isn't optional.
Not at all.
No.
It's Amazon ensuring toy safety by mandating that accredited labs handle the compliant submission.
So finding and partnering with an expert lab, one that knows the specific standards and the Amazon system.
It's essential now. It basically shifts the compliance execution burden from you, the seller, onto the lab partner. Keeps you listed, gets you to market potentially faster if managed right.
Makes sense. It streamlines things, but puts a lot of trust in that third party.
Exactly. And that brings us to a final thought, something for you to really consider.
Okay.
This DV program brings mandated safety, maybe more efficiency through the lab. But how does relying completely on that lab for direct submission change your own internal approach to risk? You're trusting them with your product's survival on the platform, essentially. That requires a whole different strategic mindset than just managing the paperwork yourself, doesn't it? Something to think about.